I recognize the senator from Androscoggin, Senator Mason.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, men and women of the Senate, as everyone here knows, I feel very passionately about what we're doing today, and I've risen to speak many times on this issue, and I would like to speak one more time. There are differences between our parties. Largely what we do in these bodies, in this House as well as the one down the hallway, goes unnoticed because it's unanimous and undebated. But today, what we have in front of us is a stark difference between the parties, and that's okay. Republicans have always been opposed to the expansion of social programs to excess. That's never been a secret. While we were debating this bill on Monday, there was an article in that bastion of conservative ideology, the New York Times, that talks about the exact reason why my side of the aisle is opposed to this bill. The article was written by Robert Pear, and it ran on Monday, and it says that, I'll just read part of it, Mr. President. The Obama administration said Monday that it was cutting payments to doctors and hospitals after finding that cost overruns are threatening to use up the money available in a health insurance program for people with cancer, heart disease, and other serious illnesses. The administration had predicted that up to 400,000 people would enroll in the program created by the 2010 health care law. In fact, about 135,000 have enrolled, but the cost of their claims has far exceeded White House estimates, exhausting most of the $5 billion provided by Congress. Mr. President, we heard many stories during the debate about people dying and people getting sick, and nobody wants that. But I think the far worse thing that we can offer people is false hope. We are seeing already that this program is far, far exceeding anticipated costs. 34% of the people on this particular part of the Affordable Care Act have signed up for this part of the program, yet we haven't even reached the goal, and we've already exceeded cost expectations. Mr. President, I would suggest that this is a very, very, very clear vision of things to come. The article also goes on to talk about, and I quote, federal health officials said that the alternatives were worse. If the program runs out of money, they said some sick people will lose access to health care, and others will be unable to pay for the treatments they receive, forcing doctors and hospitals to write off large amounts of uncompensated care, or what we were talking about earlier in the week as charity care. I heard many times that this bill, if we passed it, would be the end-all, be-all. We wouldn't have to worry about as much charity care in our hospitals. Ladies and gentlemen of the Senate, Mr. President, it's already happening. It happened on Monday while we were talking about this bill. Mr. President, this is an expansion to 70,000 Mainers. It's huge. We cannot go into it lightly. I think that I've already made my point that this is not going to be free. This will cost us money. The department has estimated that it could cost up to $1 billion over the first decade of the program. And then we have to look at this in the future, because as we know, once you start a program, it's very, very hard to stop it. We don't even know which populations on main care will be covered at 100%. We don't have definitive answers from CMS. And we can't even afford the program that we have today. The main care program that we have today is taking people on Section 21 and 29 waiting lists, people with severe cognitive disabilities that cannot even feed themselves. We have thousands of people on those wait lists, and we are not giving them services that they deserve, yet we want to add thousands, tens of thousands of able-bodied Mainers to the rolls. I don't think our priorities are in the right place, Mr. President. I'll close, Mr. President, just saying this. I'm very disappointed that this bill is up for the vote today, and I really hope that it doesn't go forward. There are proposals on the table that can get the job done with the hospitals, and we can debate the Medicaid expansion at a different time and let it stand on its own merits. Mr. President, I plead with you and members of your caucus that we turn this back, we do what's right for the people of Maine, and we can put our state on a sound footing by paying the hospitals, and we can talk about Medicaid another time. Thank you, Mr. President.